Right now, there is a digital version of you. It knows where you slept last night. It knows who your friends are, what you buy, and based on your credit card history, it can probably guess what you're going to do next week before you even know. Individually, these are just meaningless data points, but if you had a tool that could stitch them all together, that digital version of you becomes a crystal ball. There is one company that built this crystal ball. It started by hunting terrorists for the CIA. Then it moved to hunting Russian tanks in Ukraine. And now it's deciding if you get a hospital bed or a loan. They call themselves the operating system for the modern world. This is the story of Palantir. And depending on who you ask, they are either saving Western civilization or building the ultimate surveillance state, the origin. To understand the machine, you have to understand the panic that built it. After 9/11, the US government had a huge problem. The CIA, FBI, and NSA actually had the information to stop the attacks, but it was buried in 3 different buildings on incompatible computers in different formats. Imagine a messy bedroom. You know your keys are somewhere, but you can't find them. That was US intelligence. Enter Peter Thiel and Karp. They pitched a solution. What if we built a software that takes the messy bedroom of government data and turns it into an organized library? They didn't sell data, they sold logic. They built a tool that could say, hey, this guy who just bought a one-way ticket, he shares a bank account with this guy who just bought fertilizer. Boom, a dot connected. It worked so well that the US military allegedly used it to find Osama bin Laden. But that was just the warm-up act, the evolution. For years, Palantir was the government's dirty little secret. But recently, something changed. They realized that CEOs have the same problem as generals. A CEO asks, why is my factory losing money? Usually, that takes 6 weeks of meetings to answer. Palantir said, let's automate that. Enter their newest weapon, AIP, the Artificial Intelligence Platform. This is where it gets sci-fi. Imagine ChatGPT, but instead of writing poems, it has the keys to your entire business. A general can literally type into a chat box, show me enemy tanks within 50 miles. The AI scans satellite imagery, finds the tanks, and asks, do you want to send a drone? The general types yes, and the drone launches. This isn't a movie. This is Project Maven, a program Google was too scared to touch, so Palantir picked it up. They're turning war into a point-and-click video game. The controversy. But here is the friction point. When you build a tool that is this good at watching enemies, what happens when you turn it on your own citizens? In the UK, the National Health Service just handed Palantir the data of millions of patients. The goal is efficiency, cutting waiting times, saving lives. But critics are screaming. They ask, do we really want a US spy tech company managing our medical history? This connects to the concept of the digital twin. Palantir creates a digital simulation of a hospital, a factory, or a battlefield. But to make that simulation work, it needs data. Your data. If the algorithm decides you are an inefficient use of resources, what happens then? Karp, the CEO, says, our software is used to target terrorists and keep soldiers safe. If you think that's unethical, don't use it. He believes the West needs to be stronger than its enemies. He believes in peace through superior software. But it leaves us with a final question. We're building a world where nothing is hidden, where every dot is connected. This makes us safer. It catches the bad guys. But in a world where an AI can see everything, is there any room left for privacy? Would you trade your data for safety? Let me know in the comments below.